After understanding the hindrance to manifestation of desires, there is another layer we need to talk about. This is important because it changes how you see resistance forever. Most people think opposition means something is wrong, but in reality, opposition is why anything moves at all. Just as we've always discussed previously, nothing in this universe moves without opposite forces. Without opposites, everything stays still. Nothing grows, nothing forms, and nothing becomes real. Let's talk about why polarity equals motion. Polarity isn't spiritual language, no. Polarity is a mechanical law. Positive needs negative, expansion needs contraction, and desires needs resistance. Without polarity, there is no direction, and without direction, there is nowhere for energy to go. Stillness doesn't create form, movement does. Let's talk about why sameness creates stagnation. Here is what most people miss. If everything is the same, nothing happens. And this is because there is no contrast, there is no pull, there is no tension. This is why comfort stalls growth, and it is why ease alone doesn't create transformation. So that's why it is important to come to the realization that reality needs difference to generate motion. You might be wondering, but why does creation requires a gap? Well, this is why. Energy doesn't move across sameness. No, it moves across difference. And this is why the gap across opposites is where voltage appears. So no gap means no pressure. No pressure means no movement. And no movement means no manifestation. The gap is not the problem. Understand that the gap is the pathway. Let's talk about the three universal opposites. You see this everywhere. Feminine and masculine equals space and action. Magnetic and electric equals space and charge. Order and chaos equals structure and possibilities. Each pair creates a different kind of motion. Each one produces a different type of reality. Removing either side will result to the system collapsing. Let's talk about the formula of creation. Creation always follows the same pattern. Opposition will lead to tension. Tension will lead to motion. And then motion will lead to form. It's not harmony first. Neither is it peace. No, it is tension first. Tension will result to movement, which will then result to what? Structure. Form is the result. It is not the starting point. Let's understand why opposition isn't punishment. When resistance appears, people think they are blocked, they are failing, or they are off path. But they fail to understand that resistance isn't failure. No, it is pressure. Pressure is what turns energy into direction. And the moment you meet opposition, creation has already started. Now, let's try and understand why desires grow through resistance. If you never meet the opposite of what you want, you will never grow into it. If you never meet the opposite of what you want, you will never know the reason why you really want what you want. Strength grows against weight. Clarity grows against confusion. And then commitment grows against doubt. Opposition shapes capacity, and that is why without resistance, desires stays immature. Let's talk about why motion requires contrast. The universe doesn't push you forward with comfort, no. It pushes you with difference. And that's why hot moves towards cold, charge moves towards space, and order organizes chaos. Understanding this will bring you to the realization that contrast creates flow and flow creates form. Opposition isn't the problem because opposition is the engine. Without it, nothing moves, nothing organizes, nothing becomes real. Once you understand polarity, you stop fighting resistance. Once you understand polarity, you stop personalizing tension. Once you understand polarity, you start using it because creation doesn't occur when everything agrees. Creation occurs when opposition meets and energy starts moving. Reality isn't built from comfort. It is built from contrast. And this is why when you stop avoiding opposites, you will start creating deliberately.